Is it Bill Bailey? Thank you. Good evening. My name's Bill Bailey. Have you got a problem with that? Okay. Right, ready for a sing-song? Yeah, you're really ready, aren't you? Well, what we'll do, we'll start with a little sing-song, right? Just to warm yourselves up. You all know this one. Don't worry, you know the words. Okay? Here we go then. All right? Here we go. No, you don't really know, do you? No, that's a karaoke black hole, that one, isn't it? You think you know it, you get up and go, yeah, I know this whole capita. Oh, better sit down. Yes, I found a gap there in your musical knowledge. Don't knows, all of you. And there's loads of them. Every survey, there's a few of them, isn't there? A tiny minority of don't knows. 60% yes, 20% no, 10% don't know. Do you reckon if you add up every survey, there's a little militant hardcore of people that don't know anything about anything? Those secret meetings. What do we want? Don't know. When do we want it? Not sure. Undecided and proud. You know, you might even be a don't know and you not know it. No? You might be walking along the street and somebody asks you to take part in a survey and they come up with a clipboard and they say something like, do you believe in electoral reform? And you might say, well, yes, I do. I believe that proportional representation is an altogether fairer system than the first past the post, in that it more accurately reflects the views of the electorate. And they might think, oh, you know your own mind, don't you? One last question. Do you prefer chocolate bourbons or custard creams? Hold on a minute. Custard cream... what was the first one? Custard... They're quite on. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know! It might creep up on you like that. Mind you, that I don't have that problem, because if there's some guy with a clipboard in the street doing a survey and he sees me coming towards him, he just says, no, it's all right, mate. No. It's all right, you know, because he's looking at me like, this bloke's opinions are really going to muck up my pie chart.
Good afternoon. Madam, good afternoon. Sir, did you know that... excuse me, sir. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, all right.
How many blue druids do you know?
Nipper, Big Steve, Marjorie and Alan Lyndhurst, the Hog, and Neil from the Hand and Flowers, so that's 6.
No, it's a new lager, Blue Druid. It's cold filtered through an old cloak.
Right. Oh, it's a bit of a turn-up.
You know, when I took this job, I thought it'd be a lot easier.
Well, what do we really know? Eh? What do we really know? And where are we going? And when we get there, will there be facilities? We used to look to philosophers for these answers, but now everyone's got their own opinions, even the don't knows. And the philosophers have got to work a bit harder.
We exist first, then we discover the essence of life, and the essence of life is a void between ourselves and the world.
Come on now, you thinkers need to eat!
Come on, Len, let's go up the estate. I'm getting nothing up here.
But why didn't you try something a little more punchy, you know, like knowledge is power? You know, a bit of bacon, reel them in a bit.
Just drive the truck, Len.
All right, Wally, you know, you're the boss.
You see, these days, anyone can be a philosopher, I think. Yeah. Anyone that thinks about something to a certain degree and arrives at a useful conclusion can be called a philosopher. For example, a woman wrote into Woman's Own, right, which is a cracking read, and, brilliant, all the knitting, recipes, oh, brilliant. And she wrote in to suggest that a good way to clean your cheese graters, right, was to hold them out the windows and go up the car wash, like that. Now, it works as well. Now, the thing is, that's not up there with Cartesian dualism, is it? But it's a lot handier on a day-to-day basis. I mean, you compare that, say, with Wittgenstein's theory of solipsism, I mean, that is totally useless. And that's a belter as well. According to that, only I exist. Everything else exists purely in my imagination. I go out the room, you cease to exist. You go out the room, I cease to exist. Now, in reality, he meant it metaphorically, but hypothetically, let's take him literally. I don't actually think he had any mates. No, I think what was happening was, you know, they were going out the room, and for them, he did actually cease to exist. They're thinking, let's go down the pub, this bloke's a nutter. But let's give it a practical application, all right? Let's try it in joke form. 3 solipsists go into a pub, all right? One of them nips out with some fags, the pub disappears. That's a cheap night, isn't it? No, what? But how much of you has to go out of the room to qualify for non-existential status, you know? If you bent down to do your shoelaces up like that and your arse went out the door, would your arse then cease to exist? Or would you cease to exist and your arse goes off and have a life of its own? I don't know. It's just a theory, all right? But I've got my own theory based partly upon that. And that is the quasi-solipsistic post-senilis balletomania. And that is, when you go out the room, old people start dancing. Now, it's very hard to prove, obviously, because old people are very wily. Oh, they're like coyotes, you know, big furry ears.
Good afternoon. Clive Pocock, 42 Elmbank Lane. Beryl is my wife, thank you.
Oh. Now, they do say that a man's got to have a hobby, and mine is fancy rats. My wife says, why don't you just get a couple of long-haired mice and backcomb them? I said, don't be daft, woman. It's a totally different species. They're lovely little things. That's Roy, after Roy Orbison, you know, lovely voice. And that is Lady. I've built a little theatre for him, and when we have people round for dinner, I get them to act out The Homecoming by Harold Pinter. I do the voices, obviously, but they do the little looks. What's that doing there? Beryl?
I actually do think that old people have a secret life. I think when they're talking to you about the traditional old people subjects, you know, Battenberg cake, Val Doonican, the weather, they're actually patronising you. Huh? They are. They don't want to be talking about that. They sit there going, oh yeah, nippy, innit? Ooh, nippy, Battenberg cake. And all the time they're thinking, oh my God, I could be at the Bunwell retrospective of the ICA. And when you say, oh, Gran, do you want to come for a family outing on Thursday? She might say, oh no, I'm having my hair done. But really, she's thinking, oh my God, a family outing with you idiots. Aye, that's the afternoon of my talk on German Expressionist cinema. And she might say, oh, never mind, bye-bye. You go out the door, next minute, Battenberg, in the bin, out with the sun-dried tomatoes, off with the Val Doonican, on with the Stockhausen, she's singing away, lead off you're the youngling. You come back in, Gran, you're singing in German. Am I? Oh, I'm gaga.
One of the facts that Clive knows is that the Jaffa cake has got the highest natural buoyancy of any high street biscuit. And that's what got me into my hobby, making boats out of biscuits. In fact, I've just finished a fully working replica of a Viking longship using only a family pack of penguins. For the figurehead, I had to use half a lion bar. And I wanted to enter it for the Chilcompton Edible Toy Fair, but dog had it.
Who are you talking to? Another one of my theories is that Cockney music has influenced the world's greatest classical composers. Now, this is true. Over the years, the great classical composers have borrowed heavily from the Cockney canon and woven it into their works. Beethoven, Mozart have all used this much maligned yet misunderstood genre. And tonight, I'd like to set the record straight. Before I do that, I have to explain to you the basic precepts of Cockney music. Now, you've got your basic Cockney intro. Oh! Right. Now, this prefixes all known Cockney music throughout the world. There's a slightly longer version. I call it the pie and mash intro. Right? That goes like this. Hey! Easy now. Now, there's a couple of rare ones. There's the have a banana. This is quite rare. That's very simple. That's just this. Have a banana. And of course, the full Pearly King intro, as used on big Lord Mayor's do's, that sort of thing. And that is rather more ostentatious. That is like this. A lot of winking in that one. Now, all of these can be found within the classical repertoire. You just have to know where to look. And I'd like to be your guide tonight. So, firstly then, the basic Cockney intro. This can be found in Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Wait for it. There we are. Yes, now you've probably heard that a million times. Never noticed it before. But you have to admit, it is there. Now, the have a banana occurs only once in the entire classical repertoire, and that is in the opening to Grieg's Piano Concerto in A minor, as you probably know. Have a banana. We have a banana. Now, for the full Pearly King intro, we have to look to the genius of Mozart. And this can be found in the opening to his classic Meisterwork, Sonata in C. Excerpt there from Bach's Prelude number 21 in B flat. No Cockney influence there, I hear you say. But if we listen to that last section again, slow it down, play it slightly differently. Oi! In fact, Cockney intro, first inversion. And thank you. The Cockney section. Are we in monkeys? Are we monkeys? Are we? What are we, men? Are we descended from the deep? Darwin would have us believe. Or are we just monkeys in human form? Do we know this? as piano films go, we've had Shine, and we've had The Piano, in which, of course, the piano features largely to the fore. What I think we need, though, we need some action piano films. You know, like this. A man with no identity. A government secret locked inside an old heirloom. Nobody thought that you'd be able to do that with an instrument like that. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the piano tuner. And the semitone out! I've never lost the piano! A man with a past. I was the last piano tuner out of Vietnam! Sometimes you have to play the keyboard of your soul to find the strings of your heart. And then twist them with a special hammer. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the piano tuner. I'm a little bit flat! The thing is, I actually went up for the audition for the part of David Helfgott in Shine. You know, and they said, could you try and play a couple of pieces and try and bring something of yourself to the part? So I said, all right, I'll give it a go. The first one was the scene where he plays the flight of the bumblebee. So I said, all right, I'll give it a go. Here we go. This is how it went. Didn't go that well, obviously, didn't get the part.
Gary Dimchurch does it himself.
Yeah, I've been doing this place out for a while now, and you tend to get quite caught up in it. I find it very helpful to set all my tools up in the kitchen in case I need to make something to eat. For example, a ham roll. You get your roll, stick it in the vice there, and then what you want to do, cut up the middle with a jigsaw. Nice clean cut. See, look at that, straight as the A1. You release it from the vice, keep the crust away for safety. Open it up, offer up the ham, like that. Down comes the lid, bang! But look, oh dear, the ham is proud of the roll. No problem, back in the vice, crust away for safety obviously. Give it a couple of extra turns for luck. Get this sander, there we go. And we sand off the excess ham. Mr. Ham's got no chance. Captain Sander wins the day. And let's have a look at it. Whoa, perfection. Smooth as a baby's bum. All right, you've seen enough of that. Now, what we do now, we take the mastic and seal all round the edge there. Keep it nice and tight. Keep out everything. Rain, sleet, thunder, wind, and keep the ham nice and dry to a depth of 50 metres. And job done. Look at that. Nothing's getting in there. You could go to the moon with that. That ham would stay fresh as a daisy. But oh no, say you're making a roll for Uncle Frank. He loves mustard. Right, we're going to have to access the ham. Bang. You're no good. Goodbye. Let's have a look. Look at that. 5 self-tapping screws, 2-inch donkey hinge. And we're ready for round 2. Ding ding. The other day, I broke my broom. But luckily, I bought it on one of those cover plan schemes, so the company provided me with a rental broom while mine was being fixed. But the one they provided me with was a much lighter model than the one I use. I normally use quite a heavy one. This is very light. I started sweeping, whoa, like that. I swept right out into the street and straight into the path of an oncoming steamroller. That's unlucky, isn't it? And they wouldn't replace it because they said I was outside the 3 main sweeping zones. You know. Typical, isn't it? You know, bloody company. thing was, what I was doing, I was sweeping up my beard trimmings because I give all my beard trimmings to the Venice Imperil Fund, right? Because 6 months of beards is enough to fill a small sandbag. Right, so I've knocked right out through here. This is as far as I can knock. This is a retaining wall. Beyond that is, of course, the zoo. And I'll be coming up in the capybara house. And they'd be out like a shot. I'm a little bit unhappy with that colour, though. That is meant to be Gandalf's despair, but it looks to me more like somnolence. To make the superior use of space, what I've done, I've tunnelled down and out. Right. Well, obviously, still needs a lot of work. Floor's still up. But it's come Thursday, they've had the pontoon flooring down. You know, it's on order. Typical, isn't it? Up there, that'll be the breakfast bar on the mezzanine. A lot of trunking. I'll chase all that out. I want to tile all this when I get the grout. That'll be from topaz. And through here, I've tunnelled out, and this is going to be the lounge, stroke day room. And right at the back will be my shrine to Enya.
Go on, get up. That's it. Go on, good. Good. Get up. Go on. Hit it. Good. Change him. Get
I was in this little pub, right? A very small pub, not a big pub at all. Very tiny. It was actually tiny little, it was a little pixie pub. And I looked in, and all the pixies in there playing the pixie pool, playing the pixie darts there, the little pixie shove halfpenny, and even little pixie strippers on. Couldn't see much, obviously. Get a magnifying glass, can't do that, you'd burn them. Anyway. So, I loomed up at the window, I went, ooh, like that, and all the pixies went, ooh, and the pixie stripper went, ooh, like that. And I said, "Give a drink, please." And they said, "What do you want? Human pint or pixie pint?" I said, "Human pint, obviously." And they said, "We haven't got that much liquid in the building." And I said, "Come on, lads, I'm desperate." They said, "All right, but it'll cost you." And luckily for me, pixie money is that fluff you get at the bottom of your pocket. Right? So I had loads of it. I said, "There you go." And they were made instant pixie millionaires. And I had a really clean pocket. So we both emerged the winner. And then they struggled round the back of the pub with a huge big vat of pixie lager. And I bent down to pick it up, and I brought the tiny vessel up to my lips, and just as I sit like that, I woke up and I was on a park bench in Hammersmith drinking Lambrusco out of an egg cup. Oh, I tell you, that was a good night. Boy. I was sitting on this bench, and this tramp turned to me, and he said, "Excuse me, mate, have you got 20 pence for a four-wheel drive?" And being a bloke, I said, "Which one are you getting?" And he said, "I'm torn between a Toyota Land Eater Super Thunder Commander, which is let down by tacky interior styling but has a rugged design. Either that or the Nissan Super Jungle Patrol Meister Thunder Captain. I don't know, maybe the Hyundai Super Complete Control Thunder Killer Bomber. Or maybe I'll go for the upstart pretender to the off-road throne, the Daewoo Super Land Grabbing Comanche, whoa, Diving Captain four-wheel drive turbo." And I said, "Well, it's your money." I try and do my bit for charity, though. I get them big issue, mail order. Is it a cop-out? I don't know. Right, I'm going to concrete over all of there. Oh, that's going to be hard standing. That way, you don't get any hassle bees and insects. I'll rip all that out, shelve in. Beautiful ladies in danger, danger all around the world. I I will protect them because I'm Christopher. Beautiful ladies in risky situations. Beautiful ladies are lovely, but sometimes they don't take care. They're too busy with their makeup or combing their lovely hair to take basic safety precautions. But I will protect them. I will save the pretty ones with their smiles and their sparkling eyes. But let the ugly ones die. I have no place for them in my new world order. I won't waste my seed on hideous trolls. Kill, 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 kill the trolls. Hunt them down, there shall be no clemency. Kill, 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 kill the trolls. Look under the bridges, that's where they hide. And beauty shall be my bride.